Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me get a door on here. There we go. Because we got some exciting news to share. There we go. I'm going to bring her. There she is. Welcome. Aloha,
Hello.
Dora. So great to see you here.
Wonderful to see you and be here with everyone. Welcome, everyone.
Oh gosh, let me just organize my camera here so I get it right. And then my head's not chopped off. There we go. Let's see if I can get this right. There we go. A little better. So yes, thank you. I've been telling people, yes, we're going to be talking about how to rewrite your love story. But I also said we have some exciting news and some changes and some additions coming. As many of you know, there's been a lot of storms out here in California, and specifically where we're holding our event. It has been flooding and raining, and a lot of people are really, really struggling through this difficult time. And they will be into our original date. So we have moved the date to honor those people who are going through this experience and certainly honor the moment.
I love what you just said, Shawn, about honoring the moment, because it's so powerful to be with what is here now, even when it seems arduous, even when it's heavy, even when it's sad, even when it doesn't feel good, and when people are in a very difficult way. So we are going to start by having a momentary meditation. And this momentary meditation will be a blessing for California that has been affected by the storms, but all of Mother Earth. So let's just take a deep breath in together, because there is such potency, such power when we come together with shared intention, shared vision. So take a deep breath into the center of your heart space and envision a beautiful white light. And invite that white light first to surround your being with beautiful blessing, with beautiful honoring, with beautiful protection, with grace. And as soon as you feel filled with these energies, then go ahead and envision all of California, and specifically Southern California, in Montecito, in Malibu, in Santa Barbara, and so many other areas that were deeply affected by this intensity of Mother Nature. So envisioning California just covered and bathed and blessed in white light, invoking the energy of peace, of comfort. And then go ahead and envision that white light start to surround the entirety of our planet, just bathing this beautiful planet that we call home with white light, with blessing, with peace, with ease and grace to all those that are suffering in this moment. May they feel the light of peace that exists within them, that exists within us all. We are ultimately united as one. And when that feels complete, take a breath of gratitude for yourself for carving out this time to come together in sacred community, and for the gratitude of the beauty and magnificence that you are. Thank you.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm sure people who are struggling feel that somewhere in their heart and in their lives. So thank you. I appreciate that you're sharing that. And, I think it was a wonderful meditation, and I would encourage people to do that in their own lives when they are struggling, when they are going through hardship, to really invite this goodness in, to invite this light in, to invite gratitude in. Because the mind can't do both at the same time. You can't be depressed and heartbroken and also feel this sense of gratitude. So you're shifting your own energy for some higher purpose. And I'm always talking about passion and purpose. So I love that you've done for this for the people here. I'm in Northern California. It's more snowstorms, but there are people here struggling in cold. And so I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you all for staying here with that and sharing your own light and energy. And so each and every one of you, I talked about everyone showing up. Well, they're not just showing up for themselves. They now have shown up to share a greater, higher healing for those people and certainly the planet. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we should dive in as promised on how to rewrite our love story. Because a lot of times everyone gets stuck in the same pattern, in the same story of their lives. And they're like, how can I create a love story? How can I do, I talked about media, movies, and marketing that give us all of these images, and we aspire to them, which is great. As long as we don't have these false expectations that we put onto others about what our love story should be. But I think, first of all, I want to give, both of us are going to give some tips on how you can start to rewrite your love story. If you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not in the story I want, you have to be clear about, well, what love story do you want to create? What is it? I mean, you may feel like you're stuck in a dramatic love story. You may be stuck in a romantic comedy where you're like, oh my gosh, this is just slapstick. I can't get anything right. I keep stepping over myself. Or, and if it's really tragic, it might be a tragic love story. I don't know. But you have an opportunity to create the love story that you want. And where does it start? You hear me talk about this all the time. The first step is you must believe you are the author of your story. And if we're going to talk about your love story, you have to believe that. Now you go, well, okay, but I have all of these circumstances. I have all of these situations in my life that just have made my love story just dark and lonely. I'm like, okay, that's the story you're choosing to write now? Because you are the creator of that story. You may say, well, this happened to me and that happened to me. And again, I will never discount the experiences that each and every one of us have had. But now I'm saying, wait, are you going to just give the pen to the past? To every person who broke your heart, or the mistrust, or the betrayal? And it happens to all of us. We get our heart broken and things happen. And maybe it happens over and over. I don't know. But if you don't go, wait, I want to create my love story today, give me the pen. If you don't believe you're the author, you have just given the pen to your past and said, okay, you write this story. I'm saying you take ownership and authorship of your story is the first step. And if you don't believe it, what's a belief? A belief is the same thought. We keep having it over and over and over, and there's evidence to prove it, so we believe it. So you can imagine the negative things that we keep thinking over and over and over. So we're like, I'll never find the perfect love or the perfect person, and there is no perfect person. We're all beautifully imperfect. So if you can get that out of your head right away. But if you're in that loop, you go, well, you've created that. What do you want? And it is identifying ultimately what is the love story I want to create. Get very clear on that, because you're not going to find the love you want unless you know exactly what it is. So then you'll start to attract that. Yeah, you have a thought. I see you. You've got your wheels are turning in there.
I know they are. Can you tell?
Yes.
Well, I just love what you're saying, because we are the co-creators of our life, masters in a sense of our destiny. I mean, we work in tandem with divine consciousness and, of course, the earth and all of the spiritual forces around us. But the truth is, our story is from the past. And yet, anything unresolved in our story lives in the present. So because we all have a story, and you have a story of love, of life, of loss, of betrayal, of what it means to hurt deeply, love deeply, desire deeply. But I would like to offer the idea to reframe the story. reframe it into a map. It is a map that you have traversed thus far in your life. And that map is filled with rich information of all the things that you don't want. Some things that you do want, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what you don't want. So now, just what you were saying, Shawn, is digging in to get clear on what you do want. So that was just like ding, 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 because for how long will we accept what we know doesn't serve us?
Mm-hmm.
How long will we accept being discontented, disharmonious, dysfunction in our relationships, of course, in our own lives, right? We are the only ones, we are the ones we have been waiting for.
Yeah, so true. I think that's exactly really getting clarity on that, and being, I say this all the time, be the partner, the lover that you want to be that to yourself first.
Mm,
Start to attract and define what that is.
yeah.
What does love mean to you? Is it support? Is it encouragement? Is it compassion? Is it, collaboration? I mean, how do you define that? And is it kindness? Is it love? Is it peace? Is it joy? Is it exhilaration? And then go,
Mm,
okay, am I that person to myself?
yeah.
Start there.
Yeah.
That's how you start authoring your life, your love story.
I love that.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
here's a
Yeah,
really
yeah.
fun
Oh.
way that you can do it. Because, sometimes what happens when we want to create change in our life, but we don't know how to do it. And we're like, yeah, I know I want more. I know I want to get clear. How do I get clear? I feel overwhelmed. I still feel sad. Well, let's make it fun. It's the beginning of the year. Go and get a piece of construction paper and make a vision board for the love that you want, the love that you truly desire between you and your partner, right? Fill it together with magazine pieces and designs and draw and color. Add some aromatic, some scent to it, right? All of these aspects that you want to cultivate more passion, then what does that look like? That means cultivating specific time together, right? And so you can make your own relationship love vision board to get clear on what you want, right? And that is fun and that is easy. Sometimes we have to kind of hack the mind and the brain to move through our resistance as we're growing in our path of transformation. And when we make things simple and fun, it makes it so much easier to actually become the change we wish to see. And we didn't even realize, oh God, it could be this fun. I thought I had to, suffer and, have to have all the Kleenex by me in the process. No, feel lightness in your heart, right? Let the clarity come through that lightness of your desire.
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
That is so in alignment with the idea that you're creating your future. Start there. Create that vision board. And I would even encourage, because this leads to the action board, right? You can't take action on what you're not clear about. I talk to people all the time about, I know I want this, but I don't know the first step. Well, what direction do you want to go?
Mhm.
And when you create that vision board, physically create it. Have a night, light a fire, light some candles, the aromatic, like you just said.
Yeah.
Create your date night. Have a self
Yeah.
date night if you're looking for that, or if you're in a relationship, do it together.
Yeah.
Make that part of your date night, and really create that visual that you get to see each and every day. It's that reminder. It is that
Yeah.
cue to go, ooh, this is what I'm working towards. Okay, this is the direction I need to step that's in alignment with this vision that you literally anybody out there has created.
Yeah.
And by the way, fun. That is the best part of it. You're having fun. We talk about learning from the pain. Of course, learn from the pain of the past, but then create some fun. Have a fun date night. I love that idea. I absolutely love that.
It too is sacred. Having fun is sacred.
Mm.
Our ceremony and ritual is rooted in our DNA. We have a desire to create sacred spaces, sacred rituals, sacred acts that honor who we are, that honor our relationship with each other, that honor the relationship with the earth and the cosmos. And again, this is something that is very simple that you can do at home. You know, grab a candle, a white candle, grab your board, some magazines, some aromatics, some warm tea or kombucha or a little bit of vino,
Yeah,
whatever strikes your fancy. But creatorship is meant to be fun. Your life is meant to be filled with delight and pleasure.
I love that. I think that's the thing. When you define, love and these words come up, that's where you get to start creating. You don't have to get there yet. You're creating the love that you want. One, I love the Merlot. Yes, use the Merlot, whatever you need. Just a great start. Start creating
Mhm.
the love you want. You're the author. I love that. It's just such a great first step. One of the second steps that we talk about in creating story, I can certainly tell you from an actor's and writer perspective, is we need a backstory. We have a backstory. We all have a backstory, right? And we get to, create, okay, what is this going to be? And I think the vision board is one of these great steps about, well, what is my current backstory? Be honest about where you're at, right? Because we get our social cues from the way our parents related or our caregivers related to one another or the way they resolved issues and challenges. And we think, okay, that's my backstory. And love is just bitter. You got to fight it out. And that's just the way things are done. That's the way they've always been done. And you'll hear yourself talking like your parents talk or the things you've heard, certainly as a parent, everyone's probably done this. Like you say that thing to your kids that you go, oh my gosh, my dad used to say that all the time. And it just drove me crazy. We do that in our relationships because those are those patterns, those cues. So just be aware of what your backstory is. Fact, right? Now, when I'm creating a character or creating an experience, I have to come up with a backstory. So, okay, for example, let's say it's my character's falling in love or whatever, but let's say he came from alcoholic parents. He doesn't know how to love. He's his own self-destructive human being, right? And that's who he is. That's his backstory. So from there, I make actions consistent with that backstory. And this is where we all have this amazing superpower, regardless of our backstory. We have the power of choice,
Mm.
right? Our backstory, you can't change the things that have happened, but you can change the narrative of what it means to you in this new backstory that you're creating moving forward, right?
Absolutely.
Right? Like you now go, okay, so then, for example, in that particular character, I would talk with the director, or I have to make choices. We all get to make choices, right? I had to go, okay, well, no, wait, he actually came from a loving family, right? Now do the scene, go. And my actions change, my emotions change, my feelings change based on what I believe is my backstory,
Mm.
my perception of that story. So we're
This is
not
so
stuck.
powerful.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I love what you're saying because to me, this really speaks to the heart of my work when at the DNA level,
Mm.
working with individuals who, of course, we carry all of these thoughts, feelings, beliefs through our family lineage, and yet we don't have to. Again, they can become that map. They don't have to become the way that we define our future. We can redefine that through the healing journey, through the journey of transformation, through the journey of release and forgiveness and gratitude, working through all of these sequences of energy and vibrational medicine. And it is a powerful way to transform the past so that we can illuminate our highest future. And just like you said, your actions are very different when you're forming a character that has that healthy backstory, right? Well, we can reframe our own stories to be able to have them be filled going forward in life from a healthful place, from a place of greater well-being and grace.
It'd be so beautiful. That is so, so true. And choosing to come from a place of grace
Yeah.
rather than self-destruction. We no
Yes.
longer have to live in that thought pattern,
Mhm.
but being aware of, wow, this is where I get tripped up in my story. So you have a story, you now get the opportunity to rewrite it and create it from your perspective, which leads me to this third step is every amazing story on the planet has an arc.
Mm.
Has an And you can go through any movie you've ever watched that makes sense. You know, but it goes through the arc of a hero's journey. And
Mm.
like it or not, people, you are the lead actor, actress in your story. You have been cast in the role of you. Right? You can't escape it. And this is the beautiful thing. You are your own hero in your own story. That's the beautiful thing. Every great story starts on a hero's journey. So it is about a character, a person, you or an individual who's about to embark on our journey. Their life is a certain way, and they hit a certain obstacle. Something happens in their life that's going to change their life forever. There's a problem, a heartbreak, heartache, some trauma, something happens that they have to work through on this journey. And in that problem, and as they go through it, they don't have the skill sets, they don't have the tools, they don't know how to manage it. If you can think about this in your own life, as we go through challenges and problems, once we hit that problem, like, I don't know how to deal with this. What do I do? And ultimately, you run into a guide, someone, a force that would inspire you either with wisdom or guidance, or on this map, as you were talking about. You're like, I have this map and I'm lost. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to start. And someone shows up when your heart's open and you're ready.
Mm.
That guide, that source of inspiration, it comes. It will come. I'm telling you. And it's no mistake that you are here, and everybody out there listening, and you have a beautiful guide in Adora. You have a beautiful guide here, but we're not the hero of your story.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yes.
You are.
Mm.
And as
Mm.
you go through that, yes, we'll share insight. We'll share wisdom. And that guide gives you that. It's a plan, something to do. And now you get to make a choice, and I'm going to hand it to you there.
Well, I was just thinking about what you said about the guide because this is so powerful. We are surrounded by benevolent allies in form, physically,
Mm-hmm.
right? And of course, spiritual forces that are beyond form. And when we are open and ready and invitational to invite in their support and encouragement and inspiration, it becomes such a different way of living. It becomes a way of living that is synchronistic, that's filled with miracles from the minute to the grand. And to me, the ally is the one that holds the mirror for you to remind you that all of this magnificence and this wisdom and this light that you are seeing in your ally is actually held deep within you. So the ally, the grand design of your ally and facilitators is to remind you of all of that strength and power and light and love that is held within you, and that you have everything that you need within you to create a life beyond limitation. And in that, we come to the realization that every single moment has brought ourselves perfectly here and now, even though the journey or the map or the story seems completely imperfect.
Oh, the biggest thing that just resonates with me is that you already have this light, this ability, these gifts within you, uniquely yours, your unique experience, everything you've encountered up to this moment has equipped you for this moment.
Yeah.
And you get to make that choice. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm so looking forward to being able to share not only with our couples in the Sacred Couples Retreat, but knowing that we've just added a second date for all those individuals that are looking to call in your soul partner, to really create that partnership and healthy place of balance within yourself first to be able to attract and manifest that relationship that is so filled with love and harmony. So I can't wait to share with all of you that are going to be joining us in Malibu in May 6th, and I believe 7th is the new date. It's either 5th or 7th, but definitely 6th for
Yeah.
the couples retreat. And of course, you can find that information at thesoulinstitute.co. And for sure, we would love to hear from you. Set up a discovery call with either one of us or with both of us. We are here to pave that pathway and to be allies on the sacred relationship in your life. And of course, that starts with the relationship with yourself.
Beautifully said. I just kind of want to end it right there. I mean, you're absolutely right. Because that's what I was saying. We have had some changes. We've honored this space and we're going to continue to go. But we'll be May 6th for
Yes.
couples and
Yes.
May 7th for individuals. So we're
Yes.
going to do 2 days now. So again, as you said, if anybody out there is interested, you're curious, you have questions, reach out, schedule a discovery call with Adora, myself, or both. We are here. We're 100% here for you. Thank you, Adora, for showing up again. I appreciate your time,
Pleasure,
your
my
love, your
pleasure.
light, your energy. I look forward to doing this again next Thursday. Share this. If you guys are getting something out of this, and please share this with family, friends, people that you know that maybe benefit from finding love, and whether they're in a couple or whether they're looking for love. Please share this. We're deeply grateful that you've been here and sharing this time with us.
Pleasure.
All right. Thank
Blessings. See
you.
you next week, everyone.
You got
Thank you,
it.
Shawn.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.